Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back to another Wasted Again in GlitzyFritzyVille basket, where we are going to be using everything in here to take place of everything over there. And I'm going to tell you all about it, and we're going to get ready. We're going to talk about the products that are leaving. We're going to talk about these products that are coming in to take their place for an entire month. And for those of you who don't know it, this is all I will be using other than in a review video. This is all I'll be using for the entire month or longer. We have to go until we at least pan something. That's what we do here. And we're using makeup that already exists in my collection and seeing how we like it. If you want to see what all I picked, what all's leaving, what I thought of it, what all's coming in, then just keep watching. There, let's get the prep stuff out so we can get started. And this was in there, my Sigma eye stick, but I put this in here so that I could use it more and form more of an opinion on it. I think I'll go ahead and keep this in here for another month. I just want to see if this is going to dry out. Anyway, that's supposed to be tacky. Dried up and crumbling is one thing. Dry and sticky is another. So far, it's still working out okay for me. And I've just been using this one primarily, or as you can probably tell, swiping back and forth between the two and using that on my eyes as a primer. I'm just going to put the Sigma one away so that I'm just using this exclusively. And then what I've been doing after that is just coming into the powder, and from the crease up I set it. There have been a couple of days that I tried the powder on top of concealer and I didn't like it, but I think that was the concealer. I don't know. Just for those who don't know it, this is an eyeshadow primer set, not a concealer set. So this is staying in the box. In the way of eyeshadow, what's leaving the box is my Lisa Eldridge in Myth. So there's that. Now this is looking a little worse for wear. I'm going to insert some pictures of this in here. I hard panned this and have twice had to scrape off the top from taking my finger into that shade and patting it on the top. This is a little too dark and purpley for me. Naturally, I'm talking about those purpley shades there, the two on the bottom right-hand side. The shade that means so much to me in this palette is the one I keep hard panning. I probably won't reach for this one as much as I do Sorcery for sure. And the other one that I have is, this is Myth, so Vega, I think. But you know, I mean, I do some purple looks, of course, but purple's not my favorite, so I didn't reach for this as much as I did this. You might remember that I've told you in the past that this is really the only Sigma eyeshadow palette that I don't like. This is my third one. I keep giving this away. The first time that I had this, I purchased it. I didn't like it, I gave it away. The second time I got it in PR, tried it, didn't like it, gave it away. Then this was sent to me again, and I thought, okay, we need to figure this out. If you guys have been here for any length of time at all, you know what these X's in here mean. I don't want to use these shades. The reason I don't want to use these shades is because these shades with the X's in them, these are shades that have the microscopic glitter for sparkles, that when I apply it, I end up with it all over the place. This shade right here, I spent a lot of time in, and if I turn this, you can probably see the dip. So I used this almost every day, and I used this a lot. But basically, it was a month of matte. I think this would be just beautiful for you if you love those microscopic sparkly shades. I think that this was one of Sigma's first when they started making these palettes with the brush. And ironically, even though I just spent a month with Sigma that I didn't like, I decided I want to spend a month with Sigma with something I do like. I am bringing in Sigma's Untamed to take the place of the Enchanted, and I will use this, even though it is a lot of warm. But it's got some beautiful shades in it, and I can do a blue look, a purple look, a green look. I think I will get some good use out of it. And then I'm also going to allow myself a second palette, but I promise you, when you see it, you're going to go, no, Mary, you can't do that, because this is my favorite palette. I am going to pull Tiny Marvels in, but okay, hang on. I promise you that I will use this more, because I'm like, Mary, if you pull Tiny Marvels in, it's over. That's all you're going to use is Tiny Marvels. I promise I will spend more time in the Sigma Untamed than I do this. this. Like I said, it is my favorite palette, and I'm going to put it on, but I thought, why not sneak a Sydney Grace Sunday video in with the Tiny Marvels? So I will return in just a few with the eyeshadow already on, and if you want to see what I did, tune in on Sunday, okay? All right, the eyeliners that are leaving the box here are this one in the way of, if I sharpen this one more time, it's gone. Let's try to sharpen this one more time so that I can use it on my eyes today. I just tried this in this sharpener and it just keeps twisting. It's not actually sharpening, so it can't reach the blade, I guess. Probably this is the last time that I will use this. It is Spiderwebs in the Line It Up eyeliner from Give Beauty. I looked this up to see how long it lasted because I've pretty much been using this steady since I got it, and I wanted to know when that was. And as you can see, that was last March for my birthday. I went over there and I purchased all this stuff. And then I loved it so much that the very next week, I went back and bought the entire line. And this is my favorite eyeliner. I kept the Mario one in there to take that one's place. And I have used it. Let's see if I need any more because that was really hard to use. I do like this one a lot, but I don't like it as well as the Give Beauty one. It does have an advantage because it has this smudger. This is going to stay in the box as my black eyeliner because I use black in the tight line. And this we're going to plop right over here in the used up thing. So at the end, when I tell you about the products that I did use up, we can talk about why I love it so much. Also leaving the box, going back in the drawers, the Lancome 24-Hour Drama liquid pencil. This is in French chocolate. It is a brown matte. If you're looking for a pencil that will pretty much stay in your waterline and your tight line, this does, just not as well for me as Give does, but I really, really like this. This pencil is in Smooth Black Brown. It's Jaclyn's pencil that she did in her collaboration with her mom because it's black brown, and I loved using this pencil. But the way I liked to use this was not in the waterline and the tight line. It was just to skate it, just like this. Just take it and do this, and then smudge it across. I went eyeliner crazy and pulled out 4 eyeliners to use in this box. One is the one I have in my waterline right now. It's Freak from Urban Decay's 24/7, and 2 of the others are also from Urban Decay. Electric Empire, which is this. Oh my gosh, I gotta come in here so you can see that. Look at that. That's Electric Empire. And then that one is Freak, which I said is in the waterline. Then there's this one in Alkaline, and it's a burgundy-ish color right there. Now these by Urban Decay, you need to stick to the outside, under your eye, on top of your eye, not in the waterline or tight line, because they won't stay there. They will just come out. This is Le Liner, not Le Stilo. So I have this one in taupe gray tweed. It's going to take that Jaclyn pencil's place. Yes, it is a dupe for Lancome's Le Stilo pencil. It does not have a smudger on the end, though. We all know now that L'Oreal owns Lancome and that they keep stealing from their own luxury line and, undercutting themselves. But, I was just recently talking to one of you about this, and I think that the reason they do that is because they know that Lancome customers are loyal, but they can hit another market altogether. Maybe somebody who's never been able to afford something from Lancome, they can hit another market altogether and just totally blow out the drugstore market. That's what this is, and so we're going to bring that in. Let us now look at the mascara situation, since that's what I'm going to do next, but I'm going to spare you from watching it. You're welcome. I do have 2 mascaras that left, and we'll talk about those at the end when I talk about the things that were empty. But this is probably going to be the last time I use this one because I think it's pretty much shot now. But these are the mascaras that are in the box that are opened. So we have a Roller Lash, we have Elf's dupe for it, we have the Milani mascara that's a tubing, we have these Sky High ones, that L'Oreal Lift, Lancome's Hypnose Drama, of course a MAC Extended Play. We're just going to work on these mascaras. Let me get one of them on and I will be back. Anyway, the brow products, weird thing is going to happen this month. I'm actually going to am I going to put that away? No, I'm not going to put it away. I thought something groundbreaking was going to happen, but I'll come back to this in a second. Putting up this beautiful highlighter that was sent to me at Christmas time. You know who you are. Isn't that beautiful? This is great. And I have no idea what the shade name is. It's by Beauty Pie. So I got to try a little bit of Beauty Pie, and I'd never tried anything from them before. No idea what the shade is. It just says Beauty Pie, but it's gorgeous. So that's going back in the highlight drawer. And I just opened this. Then I'm gonna put it away. I love this pen from YSL. It's a concealer pen. I never use it as concealer. What I use it for, why don't I just waste it, okay? What I use that for is to clean up under my brows. But I'm gonna put it away for a month. No, I'm not. More on this in a second. Give it a second to marinate. I wasn't gonna put these away, but then something happened. And I pulled out initially my NYX pen, which ironically has been in the drawer, but it is still working. You can like get these little brush strokes with it. And I enjoy doing that. I was gonna do that and use the NYX micro brow pencil with it. We are actually back to this plan because my brow product that I used in the wasted box, it's all gone. Okay, we'll come to that at the end of the video when I review it. But I was going to replace it with this and a new box of this because this is surely about gone. And then of course use these things that I would keep in the box. But then surprisingly, I somehow made it to the Benefit PR list, and they sent me all this stuff. Some of it I've tried, some of it I've never tried. What I thought I'd do, since I have all of this, is I'm going to put it all in there. And over the course of a month, I'm going to try them all out and see which things I like the best. But that means I have no need for these. And this was one of the things that was also in there, but I put it in the drawer as a backup because I already have one open. So we're going to keep that in there, but I'm going to try not to use it in favor of their new, which I'm not going to lie, I've already tried. And I can tell you, it is not brow setter. This is not brow setter, but I want to play with it a little more before I form an opinion. So this is their new Fluff Brow. I want to try that. And we got their pomade, all their pencils. Gimme Brow wasn't in here. I do own Gimme Brow, but I put it in the trash in the empties because I've decided that my brows have been too dark, you know, in past videos. There's a few of you here that have been trying to help me out and watch all my videos with the ads from the back, right? Going backwards and watching these videos. And sometimes questions come up or a comment and I'm like, I have no idea what they're talking about because that was 4 years ago. So then I'll go watch the video and go, what were you doing with your eyebrows? That's too dark, Mary, too dark. So in Benefit, I've been wearing, I think, 3.75. They sent this to me in 2.5. So I don't know if Benefit looked at my videos and went, girl, you too dark. And so they sent me all this in 2.5. But I will tell you that I have tried a couple of things and went, I like this shade better. Happy Accident or Stalkers at Benefit? You tell me. No, but I'm going to put all of the brow products in the box to use, and that's all of these. So I can tell you in about a month, I don't need a month. The products, almost all of them are dried up. They're too dry. They hurt to try and use them because they're dry. I'm not sure what happened there. I already know from using Benefit products for years how they're supposed to be. More on this later, but just know that the original brow products are coming back in because I'm not going to get stuck for an entire month not being able to do my brows or scraping the forehead skin off trying to get the product to go onto my face. I'm going to use one of those products now, and this also was in there. I'm thinking since it was in there, it's their concealer, Boing. This is too dry for under my eyes. I'll just tell you that right now because I already tried it and went, whoa, that's really dry. But I think it was in the box to use as what I'm using my YSL for, to clean up underneath my brows. That's what that concealer will be in there for. I do have a couple of other concealers, and we'll come to that in a minute. I think today we're going to use this one here. It is a sharpen pencil. It's just amazing to me that this shade actually works better for me. The reason this is so shocking to me is because 2.5 is blonde, and blonde in almost everything else I've ever tried is just way too light. Let me get these finished. I'll be back. Possibly I shouldn't have gone off camera so that you could see that I have been like having some problems. Like I've told you in the past, you get good at a pencil and then if you switch off to another one because it doesn't work like the other one did. Started off with that Gimme Brow pencil. That is a different experience. And I did buy one of these, and I have put it in the empties because it's the wrong shade for me. I feel like it's too dark, but this is almost a powdery formula and not good for drawing hairs in the front. Actually, you can't get micro hairs with it, but I went and dug my one that I purchased in 4.5. I went and dug that one out of the empties bag, and the one that I purchased in 4.5, I can actually do some hairs, not micro hairs, but see, it's not dried out. If you just want to like go swipe through your brows, maybe that's a choice for you. But yeah, anyway, I've not put in brow setter. Don't know if I will this time or not, but let's just take this little eraser thing here. This is going to be different because I'm used to a pen. Okay, but what I do is I'll come up underneath here and just kind of clean up a little bit and blur out the top of my eyeshadow. This is different. I might have to work faster with this. It's definitely thicker and more opaque. This product I really don't know about, so if you do, sound off below. Is it like that really, or is it also old and dried out? Wow, that's bright. But you know, it's kind of the whole point of doing this is to spend a little time with products and figure out what you think. Let's get this fluffy stuff here. It doesn't seem to be pulling out very much stuff. It seems kind of dry-ish. So it puts a little bit of a white in here. It doesn't have the hold of the brow setter. That's the thing. I think you're just supposed to be able to shape with this, and it has a little hold, but nowhere near a setter. I mean, that I've never seen anything like the Benefit 24-hour brow setter that just holds it more than anything I've ever used. This is a more dry formula, and I do believe it's going to hold it, but not the same way that 24-hour brow setter does. You know what this reminds me of? Remember when we used to take a spoolie and we would run it through soap and put soap in our brows? Soap brows? Remember when that was a thing? Okay, well, actually that was a thing before it was a thing. Before it was a thing, it was a thing, right? Well, that is what this reminds me of. The primers I was using in the last box was the matte Prep and the Skin Refine Zone. Contrary to what a lot of people think, this product isn't meant to blur your pores. When I very first used this years and years ago, I returned it to MAC. It wasn't until Mel explained the product that I understood what it was for. It's kind of like the Lancome Prep and Matte that I use through my T-zone. That's what this does. You put it on there, and what it does is it keeps oil from breaking through. That's what this is for, not to blur your pores. I still like this, but I didn't use it very much. Putting that away for now. I've always loved this. See that stopper? See how it's gone up? That's where I'm at. I probably used about a fourth of this. And then this, which I did use the heck out of, and I'll be glad to put this away for a little bit now because I don't want to run out this fast. It was brand new when it went in. It gives you this glow, and it's skincare too. And this is also skincare. I love them both, but if I want that glow, and I did, because of the foundation I was using, I really needed this under it. So I did use this the most and this the least, but I'm going to retire these for right now, and we're going to bring in something else. And those two things are this Laura Mercier Pure Canvas in Illuminate. I'm going to bring this in to illuminate the outskirts of my skin, and then through the middle, we're going to spend a little bit of time with this because I bought this for the Lancome collab that I did with Tara, but I've not really, I mean, you can see I've used it, but I've not really spent a ton of time with this primer, so I want to spend more time with this because I have spent a lot of time with all the other Lancome primers. I want to be able to confidently say to you, oh, well, this is what you want if this, and this is what you want if this. Let's go ahead and take the Laura Mercier Illuminate one, and let's see how illuminating it is because I don't remember. And we'll just put it outside here, and then we'll make that call. Okay. I think I will just keep this right out here. And yes, I am extra. I will use two different kinds of primer. Each one serves a different purpose. Like this serves the purpose of hopefully blurring my pores. While do we really want to illuminate them? You know, I'm going to pack that down right here over my pores and on my nose, chin, everywhere I have pores. And I think I'll bring just a little bit of this right there. One of the concealing things is in the empty part of the basket that we'll talk about here in a little bit, but the rest was this. And there's a lot still left in here, but I've used a lot. The Dior Backstage Concealer. I love this stuff. It's time to move on and try something else. Since I used it in that drugstore, new video is this flower one. And then there's this. I was in the drugstore and I bought it because I saw it and I went, oh, I remember I used to love you. But I don't know. That was years and years ago. How's it going to work now that I'm older? Am I still going to love this stuff? I don't know. But I think my concealers this time are going to be drugstore. And we're just going to dive right in here for this one here from Flower. I liked the way it did before. We're going to put it, I don't know if I waited long enough. Whoa, I got a lot. I don't know if I waited long enough over that primer. That looks way too white. Oh well, live and learn. I'm going to take this damp concealer sponge. I don't know what I was thinking. We can't go too far up here. Dang it, because I've got all that eyeshadow on there. Wow, Mary, you're so brilliant. Now, I do remember this about it. I didn't need to set it, so I won't be going under there with powder. But this is staying again. Let's take another look at it. This has been in every box. I use this all the time after my foundation. I will come into my Laura Mercier Secret Concealer and tap that spot, or my nose, or wherever else I need to conceal. So that's staying in the box. The foundation that's leaving, one is in the empties part of the video, and this, my Lisa Eldridge foundation bullet. Spending the amount of time that I did with it, I found out that the best way I like this is actually with my fingers. I like to just put one pump, and when I do that, I can actually spread it around enough and just keep spreading, okay, until it's in the center of my face. It's such a good match. I don't need to come out. I like that. For me, it works just to stay right here in the middle of my face and kind of lightly blend out. This is an absolutely beautiful foundation. It looks so natural. The seamless skin really is seamless. I can tell by shaking it that I'm probably to here on this foundation now. I do want to spend more time with this because I really like it, especially if you don't use a ton of it. And this one here, not got very much time left. I kind of want to finish this up. I like this Caloray. It's a light foundation. So I want to use my Caloray, my Patrick Star, and my NYX because I think that at least one of these, maybe two, will be gone by the end of the month. And I just want to play with this more. I think we'll use the Caloray today. So let's give that a good shake because it's been sitting in there for a while. And I can't remember how I like to put this on the best. We'll just use this little damp sponge here and see how that works. That seems to be good with this flower. And we'll just work that in to my face. The next thing I'm going to do is bronze because I am bringing a cream product in, and a cream product is leaving. Even though I love this so much, I am sick and tired of wiping this stuff. I mean, I'm even grossed out by looking at my makeup. I mean, look at this. It's gross. But I do and have enjoyed and really kind of don't want to put back my Patrick Ta. I finally got to spend some time with this, and as you can see, the P has been worn and there's a dent in my cream. Like I said, I don't even want to put it up, but we have to move on. Especially since the one I'm bringing in is this one. It feels like, and maybe it's just because it's a different formula than this, and I've spent so much time with this. This feels like it's drying out, and I paid too much money for this to just let this go. We're going to get some use out of this month. See, it's not pulling off a lot. I don't need a lot, but you know, I'm afraid this is going to dry out before I feel satisfied that I used it enough to have gotten the money out of it, because I do not get Charlotte Tilbury PR and probably never will, because I know people who are die-hard Charlotte Tilbury and they don't get Charlotte Tilbury PR. So yeah, back when I used to just watch YouTube, I wasn't making videos and people would show the PR that they got and complain if they weren't getting it, I used to think, you spoiled brat, you know, with all the stuff you have. But now as a YouTuber and having done this for years, I understand how crucial PR is. PR can actually make or break a channel. If you're buying it, you're getting it at the same time as everybody else. By the time you use it enough to get an opinion on it, nobody gives a crap about that anymore. So it's important for someone who reviews products to actually get to spend time with the product before it comes out for sale. Also coming in to set this with is my Sigma in Light bronzer that I love so much. And I'm just going to tap down and set that everywhere I put that bronzer. Moving on to blush, can't say I'm sorry to put this away. I'm so sorry. There are so many products that I try to get through in a time frame you'll watch that I'm forgetting to tell you why. It's because it's messy. It is so messy. These are beautiful blushes, and I would suggest that if you're going to get these, to get them individually, like the bronzer, not in a big palette like this. I just went ham on She's a Doll. That's the one I wore the most. The more you use this palette, the more these get liquidy. Okay, look how much that is. When I first got it out, it wasn't doing that. And I feel like I've gotten enough use out of this now that if those creams go bad, you know, I didn't waste them. Before I show you the blush that's coming in to take that palette's place, I'm going to talk about powder because my blush I'm using wouldn't come next this time because it's not cream, it's powder. The powder that's leaving is my Fit Me. If you remember, we hadn't hit pan. I like the loose version of Fit Me more than this, but this is one of the few pressed powders that I actually love. The powder I'm bringing in though is from Mercier. It's the Blur one, and I bought this and I got to use it a few times, but I didn't get to spend a lot of time with it. Mercier makes one of my favorite powders. Is this one my favorite though? Or is it the iconic one? Don't know, we're gonna find out though. And I'm just gonna take and see what happens. Powder that down. Not coming under my eyes though. It feels okay down there. I don't think I will. And just bring it over my pores. I love this one. I love Lancome's Long Time No Shine. I love Nakia Joy's Velvet Setting Powder so much. Let me jump forward a little bit and say that this is leaving and going back in the drawer. I didn't even use it, but maybe twice. And I think both times it was on my eyes. Because of the Natasha Denona primer, I didn't feel like I needed it. So I didn't use this, but I'm not going to let it stay because of the blush that I'm coming into. It has a highlighter with it. It's a duo from Sigma. It's the Alice in Wonderland, and I really want to spend some time with this. Sigma does such great makeup. They really, really do. I cannot wait until they bring out a foundation. But anyway, look how beautiful that is. And I think I can pull this off every single day. So this is the one I'm going to use. Pop into that. Boop, 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 bump, and bump. That's it. And I'm going to get my Sigma highlighter brush, which I was scared to use for highlighter for the longest time because I thought this was too dense, but it is not. It's actually the perfect highlighter brush. And we're going to put some of the highlight on here. I also decided to bring in Sigma's Tiger Lily in the individual blush because it looks so springy. And I think it could be really fun. It already has a sheen in it, and as you can see, it's just a beautiful blush. Lippy stuff that's leaving. The first one is my Mercier Red. I love this. However, I tend to go more for something that sets down in red because I don't want it smearing everywhere. I mean, I still smear even if I use a lip pencil and have a lip brush. This is getting put up. This Sigma Alice in Wonderland, there's a little bit left. It's very light, okay? Like, look at that. I know that it's almost gone, and I kind of want to keep enough so the color shows because it's Alice. And I want to keep Alice stuff, but it's going over on a shelf. I'm not going to be using this anymore. Two pencils. One of them was Lisa Eldridge in Blush Lightly. This color right here. And I've sharpened it a few times, so it's gone down. And this was what I used almost every day because I love that more brown shade. It's Juvia's Place, and it's not even the one, like this is Lush. The one I love is Love Me. And I use this so much, and I like to take it and do it on its side because it lets you overline just a tiny bit so that it doesn't look like you overlined. You know, at least a quarter of the time I used this, but I didn't use it with this lipstick. I just don't go this dark very much anymore. Well, this combo is very pretty, but I favored this combo. This one is not my favorite Juvia's lipstick. My favorite one is #2020. But this one is chic, and paired with these two, I think it was just gorgeous. And that's how much is left. The Lisa lipstick, I only used it a few times. What's coming in to take its place is this liquid lip for my red, which is the Give Beauty one in Original Recipe. A lot of people don't like this because it really is heavy on the cake scent, but it's a very beautiful blue red that when it dries down, it stays. My two lipsticks couldn't be farther apart in the spectrum of what things cost. The first one is this Dior that I just got not that long ago. I am not going to let that sit in a drawer and waste because it's an everyday kind of shade for me, and it was $42. We aren't wasting this. This color right here, even though I just told you toward the beginning of this video how mad I was about Jaclyn, I cut that out because it was an unneeded rant that was taking up precious time. I am going to pull this pencil in so that I can get some use out for it because it is a dupe for that Dior. That's the first lip combo coming in. And then the second is e.l.f. The new O-Face satin lipsticks are fantastic, and I love Dirty Talk. There it is. And the lip pencil that I'm going to pair that with is from Laura Mercier. It's Hazelnut Tea. There we go. I love those two together. Hey, look at it. It's so beautiful. And even though I'm not a gloss girl, I do want to use up my glosses. So the gloss that I'm going to be using is this one here by Laura Mercier. It does smell like a dessert. It's got some little sparkles in it, which I don't have a problem with on my mouth. And this lip glaze is in Cosmic. And last but not least, the setting spray that is leaving is this, and the one coming in is this. No. This one has the L on top. This is Lancome's Fix It and Forget It setting spray that I put in an empty Physicians Formula, the Essence of Healthy, because I love the sprayer on it. And the sprayer on the Lancome one didn't work. Let me get my hair did, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about the things I did use up. We're gonna go through this little insert that is in that basket that shows you all of the things that I used up and did not waste in GlitzyFritzyVille in this last month. First thing we're gonna pull out is this Sigma. It's not really a concealer, but I tend to use it as a concealer. Okay, it's gone. It's done. I've scraped it out with the end of a brush, put it in the middle so that I got every bit that I could out of it. I love this. I already have another one. I didn't pull it in here because I do tend to grab this instead of the concealer that I'm supposed to be using. This is actually a corrector. You're supposed to put this on and then your concealer, but I think it does such a great job that I use it for my concealer and a corrector. This foundation stick is one of my favorite things that Lancome makes. Last box, I think I told you that I flattened it, but I wanted to show you that this isn't just flattened. This is all the way up, and I dug it out. There's not enough in here to do your whole face again. I really, really, really love this. Of course, I'll buy it again. Like the Sigma, I already did. It's in the drawer. This little color corrector pen from e.l.f., which I keep saying they don't make this anymore, but I think that they actually brought it back. Nope, they didn't. They brought out some correctors, but this is missing from the line. This is Brighten, and they don't have that anymore. I like to use this, like I use the YSL concealer pen, to clean up underneath my brows. This, to me, is not the same as the concealer pen. I much prefer this one. Okay, here's my little tiny, won't sharpen anymore. I mean, it won't go in far enough to sharpen. This I love, and I can't promise you, depending on how it goes with the Mario eyeliner, I might have to go get this again. I have almost bought it again twice. I just love this product so much. Oh God, I use it in my tight line every day. Yeah, again with the Y, I love it so much because it is so creamy. It sets very quickly and it doesn't budge. This didn't take long. I did not realize when I pulled it in that there wasn't very much of this milk pencil left. Now this is the original BCC. You remember the one that's cream colored? There's others out there, but none of them are this. Not even from Milk anymore. Right, so I ran out on my brow cheat toward the end. This pencil is refillable, so I'm not going to get rid of this because I can buy a new one, but there's no more left. This one here is like a blade, but a very tiny blade. Like super, it didn't take long, did it, to go through it. On the end, you got this little comb, and I really like this. I'm gonna put this back in the drawer, even though there's no product left in here, so that I can buy a refill, and I will, because I like it that much. Okay, before I tell you about the mascara, this is down as low as I'm gonna let it go. It's got just a tiny bit down there, but it's real hard to get it with the little doe foot. You like go like this, but it never quite reaches it, so I'm just done with it. But I love this hydrating lip gloss. It has hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, and jojoba oil from Sigma. Very light pink with these beautiful pink and purpley kind of sparkles in it. We can get a little bit there. I don't know if it'll pick up for you or not, but it's just beautiful on its own or over any lip, even red. This looks beautiful, even over red. All right, let's wrap up this basket here with the 3 mascaras that are done, over. You had a warning that this was coming because I've had it in a couple of baskets now. So this is gonna shock you guys. This is my new favorite mascara from Lancome. And I would have never said that to you if it hadn't been for the wasted box that made me use this all the time. This gives me everything that I want. It does volume, it fans out the lash, it curls, it gives you a great lower lash. I dare you to put Sil's Booster XL under it. And Jody, if you thought that, which she is right, Calorie, come hell or high water, over the top of Sil's Booster is absolutely beautiful. I beg you to try this combo. This is going to be the one that I buy from now on. I've always said it was Hypnose Drama or it was Monsieur Big. Monsieur Big and Hypnose Drama, both, as you get to the end of its life, they flake. That's how you know. You know that it's done when it starts flaking. This mascara didn't flake from beginning to end. So for my money from now on, the mascara I will purchase, as long as I hold on to it anyway, is Lancome's Adol. Who saw that one coming? Not me. MAC Extended Play in Giga Black. Look at that wand. I've always got one of these. I'm not bringing another one in because I have other mascaras open that I need to be concentrating on. I'm tired of wasting my money on mascara. You know, just, okay, on to the next. Throw that one out now. Throw that one out now. This one here gets finished all the time. And the last one was a tiny little Calorie. Come hell or high water. I hesitate to say it's my favorite tubing mascara, but it's pretty darn close. I mean, the one I just told you about is a tubing mascara. You know, if it came down between buying this and Extended Play, probably Extended Play would win because I do like that brush a little better. But I love Calorie, come hell or high water tubing mascara. You see how small it is. It's not even a mini that you buy. It's like a deluxe sample of it. So it went really fast. And I do have a tube of this in the drawer, waiting to be opened. Okay, we are to the part now where you tell me, what did you go through? Because this is something we're doing together. You do know that, right? We're doing this together, guys. You're supposed to be using up stuff too, and then telling me and everyone else in the community, what did you use up? I need to know that. I'm holding you accountable too, all right? It's not just me. We're just not here just to find out what all I used up. I want to know what you used up, what you thought of it in the end. Did you love it as much as when you started it? Give us that info. We need it before, especially with prices the way they are, right? Yes, ma'am. Yes, we do. Before you clear out of here, make sure you hit the thumbs up, share the video wherever you like. I appreciate it. I want to let you know you're the best part of the Fritzy family. And that if you're not having a blessed day, the way you can get one is to be a blessing to somebody else. Until next time, let me see ya. Bye. And I'm out.
Two drawers in one container. 2 drawers. 2 drawers down, I got some makeup and it's crappy. I'm 2 drawers down. Did I say third or second? Who's on first? I wanna walk down to Electric Avenue, and then it'll take me higher in my water liner. You think these creases in my forehead are enough to hold this pencil now. I want to be able to confidently, here a primer, there a primer, everywhere a prime. Oh, Mary had a primer, and it did the job. This is an absolute beautiful. We're gone with the wind. Are they gone with the wind? I don't know. I'll worry about that tomorrow.